hurts my heart that Zach is being traded, but I feel like this has been rumored for 2.5 years. Vivek has been obsessed with Zach LaVine since 5 years ago when he hit restricted free agency and Vivek threw him an offer sheet. They love Zach LaVine over there. So if there's any silver lining, Zach is going to an organization that you got a reference and say that they love you over there. But this is literally Chicago Bulls West. Malik Monk is Kobe White. Zach LaVine is Zach LaVine. DeMar DeRozan is DeMar DeRozan. Keegan Murray is Patrick Williams. That's a higher ceiling and a higher floor than that because Monster Sabonis is better than Vucevic. But still, there's a ceiling to this. Even after the trade. If you miss the playoffs 17 straight seasons, I kind of understand. Like we can't go all in. We can't just trade one of the best.
Are you listening to players though?
Guys, I understand that. But like none of them is kind of insane to me. I just don't know what the fit is, man. For what it's worth, Malik Monk is really good. In the games, like the game that I remember watching most recently with O'Neal Fox, that game against the Boston Celtics in Boston. Malik Monk was incredible in that game as a facilitator, as a true one. So I don't know how it translates to the rest of the season this way, but it feels weird to have him be my starting point guard. Right? This is a team that last year, when they went on that little run and ultimately fell short, but when they got things going, it's when their defense turned the corner, when Keon Ellis is in that lineup. And this season, when Doug Chris spoke, the defense snapped back in. A lineup with Mark Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Sabonis, and Keegan Murray is not moving nobody defensively. And I guess you're going back to the old model from a few years ago, outscore, because I think the offense can be insane. I'm excited to see Zach LaVine in that dribble handoff with Sabonis, but nobody's looking at the team and saying, hey, that's the one. When I was on the floor after this trade got announced, I got a FaceTime from somebody in the league. And their number one question to me, because they know that I read my book, how did the Bulls walk out of here with 0 picks? How did the Bulls walk out of here with 0 picks? Again, what do you mean? This last offseason, we traded DeMar DeRozan to the Sacramento Kings. Do you remember that? It was a sign trade. The Bulls signed DeMar DeRozan traded to the Sacramento Kings. Oh, yeah, the Spurs had the first round picks into the Harrison Ball. Also, this offseason, we traded Alex Caruso to a team with 17 first round picks, and we had 0. You remember that one? What is with this front office and not being able to properly assess their asset enough to get me draft capital? I'm not going to act like DeMar DeRozan was working first. If the Spurs get a first with taking a Harrison Barnes, how does the Spurs not come? Oh, yeah, the reason it doesn't come from us because the Spurs know what you're going to do. How is he going to have 17 first and 37,000 dollars to get those? And in this trade, the only thing we got is salary relief and then our own first round pick back. And for y'all that don't know, the Bulls pick this season was top to protect it. The Bills number 11, I think, other than it went to the Spurs. Now we don't have to worry about the Bulls falling out of top 10. We can just say, hey, no matter what it is, we know that the only silver lining to this is that if this pick didn't get made this year, the next year it's going to protect you. This is basically what the Atlanta Hawks want right now, where the Atlanta Hawks didn't expect to be this bad. But now that Jalen Johnson is out with his injury, they're just going to plummet. The Bulls are in a world that, let's say we did end up with the 9th overall pick this year, next year the Spurs get a pick unprotected. That doesn't give us an opportunity to really go into a team. So if there's anything that's cool here, our own rights is cool. But why the? I'm William Harrison. We're talking about the second round pick, 39th overall pick in this year's draft. I'm not going to act like this is the future Jokic or future Draymond Green or future Paul Millsap. Damn, it could be. How do we not even get our own second round pick back when we gave you an all-star caliber player? It's insane. Now, there was another report that said the Bulls are not done. So, this trade is done. The Bulls are probably going to the next stage. So, I would love to get a player back to root for, but he's got to be on the roster this season. I think that hurt has to be because he has a player option for $17 million. Why people be crazy not to take the player option? 20-some% if I'm not mistaken. This is real life of fleeces by one team to two teams. Real life. I'm just so confused on it. Not confused from Spurs' perspective. The only thing that does kind of suck, I was a podcast guy. He's our number one prospect into this year's draft. I love his defensive intensity. next level. And when he got drafted to the Spurs, we were like, yes, that gives an opportunity to get point guard with Wemby. And then Chris Paul ended up being on the team. Like, okay, no big deal. They just learned under Chris Paul for a year. And the next season, he's a full-time point guard. And now they literally traded for a point guard. So Stephon Castle's dream of being the one man is kind of there right now. And De'Aaron Fox is that one. Right? So that's the one thing that's kind of sad about it all. But at the end of the day,
an accountant deposited money at Frost Bank by mistake, so their Frost banker drove to other bank. Made the
you got an all-time player with some assets you can really give a damn about. I'll be honest with you. I don't love this from anybody other than the Spurs. It's ain't crazy. I'm gonna really be sad. If you remember my video from 2 weeks ago, I said that because of the way things are going, if Zach LaVine ended up being the Wolf for the rest of the season, I'm just making sure that was great. If Zach LaVine ended up being the Wolf for the rest of the season, I wouldn't go too upset about it. Because I just like watching Zach LaVine. I like Zach LaVine. I can still root for Zach, but I wish the trade that he was a part of would have been to a situation that benefits him more. Like, DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine just split up this offseason. I'm not saying that they hate each other, they didn't like playing together, but like, you see how good Zach LaVine has been this year, right? And how him taking second fiddle and third fiddle. You know what? Him being second fiddle is probably the best player. No team led by Zach LaVine offensively is going to win the championship, that's for sure. But him being right back together, I just wish he would have been traded to a different situation. There was rumors, and Marcin just tweeted about this, that the Warriors were thinking about doing a trade where they got Vooch and Zach. I would love that. He doesn't have to be 1A here, but he's playing number 2 to one of the greatest players of all time. It's really works. I think Keith Murray, right? Keith Murray goes back to being the fourth option. Granted, Keith Murray has been incredible the last season and a half, but like, I just think about small stuff like that that may get pushed under the rug just a little bit. I'm excited to see DeMar DeRozan coming on Zach LaVine and the dribble handoff, which as long as that good of a player, where he can help you elevate your game. I think the spacing is going to be an interesting thing for the Kings now. It's a lot of different factors. And the one thing that is, I guess, interesting is that I don't know if you remember, Zach LaVine has been in the rumors for the last 2 years, right? And last year, the world was telling us in order to move Zach LaVine, you're going to have to give up an asset, right? His contract is too bad. Now we don't have to give up a first-round pick. We have to give up a second-round pick. So Zach LaVine playing his way back. And everybody, I kid you not, and I'm not acting like I got a gazillion sources or a gazillion people in the NBA that I'm tight with. The people in the NBA respect Zach LaVine as an offensive threat. They know that this man can take over a quarter or 2 or 3 or the entire goddamn game. And I wonder what his role looks like on this team, man. As a Zach LaVine fan, this is one of the worst places I feel like you could get traded to. And maybe that's just me being selfish and living in the moment, because that's what we do. We do live reactions, straight 0 cuts. We just talk about the trade. But I absolutely hate this fit for him. I still. I think this probably is now. Let me know. This is so insane. Aaron Fox on the Spurs, Evan Wembanyama, and Vassell, and Castle, and Sohan. This is pretty cool stuff. I'm excited. I'm excited about that part. A+ for Spurs. D for the Kings. D- for Bulls. Bye.
Eggs, hot chicken, kiwi, coming back with some new other fries.
These are pretty guys. I ain't gonna lie, chat.
It's getting to the point where it's not even funny. I just seriously and genuinely feel bad for the OU fan base. Some of you may think I'm overreacting. That's fine. You're entitled to your own opinion. I'm here to tell you I'm not. And if you know ball, you know what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how about you had a great weekend? If not, I hope this video can make it a little bit better. Man, oh man, it's been a weird past couple of days. For starters, how about this? On Saturday night, I was watching Houston and Texas Tech, and I saw a basketball player get ejected from the game for throwing a pass. Not throwing a punch, no. Throwing a pass in the Houston versus Texas Tech game. He was one of the best players. If you did not see that game, I feel bad for you, even if you're not a college basketball fan. That's one of the best sports games you're ever going to watch. Congratulations, Texas Tech, for pulling off that massive. Speaking of basketball, Jack said on one of the recent videos, you ready for Georgia upset number 4 Alabama? And Alabama won by 20. And last but not least, before we get into what we really need to talk about, which is college football, sadly, no, from a basketball fan, it's not a basketball video. What the Lord happened last night? I'm about to go to bed, and and I get an ESPN alert. You know what I'm about to say next? Anthony Davis getting traded for Luka Doncic? What in the world, man? What in the world? That is a terrible trade for the Lakers, and I think it's great for the Mavericks. This is not an NBA channel, but I'll give you my very brief 2 cents on that. If you know anything about this, you know about it. The next is true. The Lakers needed Anthony Davis, and they also probably needed another center to go with him. Because remember that last title they won? A lot of people called it the Mickey Mouse title. Anthony Davis was playing the 4, and they had Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee helping them out. And it's not even like the Lakers needed another good guard because you got Austin Reeves, you got Doug Neck, LeBron James. I don't know, man. That was a head scratcher. For the Mavericks, it's a huge win because now you got a centerpiece who's in his prime in Anthony Davis, and you get Luka out of there. I like Luka, but defense wins championships, and he's not very good at that. I had to start this video by talking about those things. But moving along here, we have 2 major topics to get into. Number 1, Oklahoma. What in the world are they doing? It's getting to the point where it's not even funny. I just seriously and genuinely feel bad for the OU fan base. And if y'all been keeping up with the channel, y'all know this. I got Oklahoma, their fan base, in the top 3 of all the fan bases out there. I love them. They're great, passionate fans. And for them to be going through this, I hate it for them. You see what I'm talking about there? What Brent Venables is doing, I think it's stupid. Our second topic we'll be talking about, and you could argue and say this is the most interesting one. So Matt Rhule, head coach of Nebraska, is canceling Nebraska's spring game. I'm sure it's happened before, but I don't know if ever in the history of me keeping up with college football since I was 5, 6, 7 years old, I've ever seen a spring game get canceled. And I've never seen it get canceled for a reason like this. I just can't remember. I'm trying to think back. I've never heard of a spring game getting canceled. I'm kind of shocked more people aren't talking about this. Well, I guess I should be, because you know about it. It's Nebraska. They're irrelevant. But the topic itself is interesting, so we're going to talk about it. Sorry for the long intro. Strap in, fuck, get this 90 pop from Pizza Fair. I even watch the video, because trust me, I do the same thing, but that's your good fuck, man. I do. I can't just say that, man. Now, without further ado, I don't know. We'll just start with Oklahoma stuff. For those of you who don't know, Brent Venables has done the impossible at Oklahoma. In his first 3 seasons, he's had 2 losing seasons. We've talked plenty about that already. I'm not going to berate the man too much. It's bad. It's unacceptable, and it's embarrassing. And I know what all OU fans are going to say about the most recent season, and I did kind of give the benefit of the doubt, but I'm tired of it. All they said every single time you saw anything posted about him anywhere is, oh, well, we're injured everywhere. Our top 5 or 6 wide receivers are injured. The offensive line, they're banged up. Yada, yada, yada. Look, I understand that, but there is still no excuse for going 6 and freaking 7. I don't care if you're playing the AFC. And a reason I actually stopped giving them the benefit of the doubt with the injury excuse is for, ironically enough, a win they had over Alabama. The reason for that is because I actually saw against Alabama. Oh, wait a minute. This isn't a skill issue. They actually have the talent to beat the big dogs. I want you to think about this. Oklahoma pretty much got blown out in 5 games. Tennessee blew them out, Texas blew them out, South Carolina blew them out, Ole Miss handled them easily, and last but not least, LSU blew them out. 5 games that were not competitive, not even to the slightest. 5! And probably the worst loss of the season outside the blowout. So I have a lot of respect for these guys. Come on now. We're talking about college football. You lost to Navy in the bowl game. I still can't believe to this day Brent Venables thought it was a good idea to go for 2 at the end when your offense wasn't doing anything. That was terrible. You should have taken overtime. Should have kicked the extra point, but I digress. I said it in year 1. The beauty of YouTube is it's a time machine. You can go back and look at it. It's documented on the channel. Brent Venables should have been fired in year 1. I've never shied away from that take. I even stood 10 toes down in year 2 when he had a quote-unquote pretty good season. The reason I've always stated he should be fired is because I think, similar to basketball and football, you have role players who his role in his life is to be a defensive coordinator when it comes to coaching. He's not a very good head coach, and he never will be. Moral of the story. I say all that to say this. For those of you that have been keeping up with Oklahoma football, they've been looking for a defensive coordinator. Many Oklahoma fans were hoping they could get Jim Knowles from Ohio State, but as you'll know, he went to Penn State. And I guess you could say Mr. Brent Venables has just given up completely on trying to get a defensive coordinator because he said, F it, I'll do it myself. You won't believe, and you can't guess who's going to be the new defensive coordinator at Oklahoma in 2025. I realize I kind of spoiled it for you when I said, F it, I'll do it myself, referring to Brent Venables. Yes, indeed, it is going to be Brent Venables, your head coach. So your head coach...
I bet it feels
I like this? No. I'll explain why, because I know some of you are sitting there going, well, Matt, aren't you kind of being a hypocrite, buddy? Because you said his role when it comes to coaching is to be a defensive coordinator. So what's the problem here if he's calling the plays for the defense? Great question, my friend. I love to answer it. The problem with this is it shows his lack of ability to recruit. And when I say recruit, I'm not talking about players. I'm talking about coaches to bring in a great coaching staff. And that's what college football is all about. You got to have great players, but also got to have a great coaching staff. Let me remind some of y'all, Oklahoma is one of the very few football programs that over the past 20 years, take away these past couple of years, has won 10 games every single season. We're not talking about Texas Tech. We're not talking about Missouri. We're talking about freaking Oklahoma. And you mean to tell me with their pedigree as a head coach, you can't even find a defensive coordinator? Some of you may think I'm overreacting. That's fine. You're entitled to your own opinion. I'm here to tell you I'm not. And if you know ball, you know what I'm talking about. Not only is this not a good look, but I firmly believe Brent Venables, he's dragging this program down. I'm telling you right now, this is not a recipe for success. And if you think I'm wrong, I got some cold hard facts and evidence to back up my claim. Ryan Day. You remember what happened there? For those of you who don't know, Ryan Day was calling the plays on offense for years and years until he finally realized, you know what? I need to get me a real deal, serious, top-notch offensive coordinator. What he did, got Chip Kelly, handed over the power to him, said, you know what, he's going to call the plays, and what happened? Oh, wait a minute, that's right. Ohio State won national championship. Ron Day finally put his pride and ego aside and said, let me hire a specialist in this. Even though I think I'm a specialist, let me get a guy who's just dedicated to calling plays. And that's what he did. I have another example for you. Nick freaking Saban. Did Nick Saban, in big-time moments and clutch plays, decide what play they were going to run on defense and offense? Absolutely. That's what every head coach does. Did they run Nick Saban's schemes on defense? Absolutely. He's a defensive-minded head coach. However, he was not calling the plays. A head coach is nothing more, nothing less than the manager of the team. They're just overseeing everything, and here and there, they're going to give some bits and pieces of information and some input. I know we're getting deep into detail with this, but I hope some of you already see the problem with this. You do not want a head coach who already has a ton on his plate to be focused on calling the plays as well. I'm talking about all the plays. This is not going to go well. If you're wanting this time right now, but like with anything, you have to wait and see. Moving on here to our second topic. What in the world is going on in Nebraska? Now, we're jumping straight to this. I don't even know how to ease into it. Matt Rule, he has canceled the spring game. When I first saw this, I was so confused. I was like, wait, what? That's the same question a lot of you probably asking right now. Why? Come to find out, he's canceling the spring game because of tampering? Yes, that's right. You heard me correctly. Let's read this off word for word. I haven't even read it myself. It's really because last year, one of the more televised spring games, and I dealt with a lot of people offering our players a lot of opportunities after that. The word, quote-unquote, tampering doesn't exist anymore. It's just absolute free, open, common market. I don't necessarily want to open up the outside world. Interesting. So, you already seen what he's talking about, right? And he actually has a good point. In other terms, to dumb this down, he's canceling the spring game because last year, players were using it as almost like a showcase. That's a good word. You had all these other college coaches and teams sitting on the couch watching this game that was nationally televised going, well, wait a minute. That guy's pretty good. Let's go after him. And I believe last year after the spring game, if I'm not mistaken, Nebraska did wind up losing 6 or 7 players to the portal. I can't even blame that rule because it makes total sense. If you don't have a spring game, and their team's out here, they can't coach players that they think could help out their team. And it's not even big-time players and starters that these other schools are going after. It was like your second-string wide receivers, running backs, stuff like that. Guys that weren't playing a lot in the spring game, but maybe they made a big-time play, and they're like, oh, wait a minute. If that kid doesn't start in Nebraska, we could use him here, and that could be some leverage we use. Because let's just say, theoretically speaking, for the sake of this video, you got Georgia State watching Nebraska spring game. If you're Georgia State's head coach, you're going, yeah, we probably can't get Nebraska started running back, but let's go after the third year because that's what was going on, and it probably would go on this year as well. Let's answer this question, though. Do I think it's, with all this tampering going on, worth canceling a spring game? No. That's my opinion. I understand why he's doing it, and I'm not blaming him, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. You also got to look at it from this perspective. If you're Maxwell Nebraska, why would you care about losing some third or fourth string running back, some third string linebacker, anything like that? Let me know your thoughts on that. I'm really curious. Any more things I can say, but we'll make this more simple into the video. Let me know your thoughts. So, but that's it.
The White House fights for control.
not into sports at all, I'm confident you've heard of the madness that just unfolded last night. The most stunning, out of nowhere, shocking trade in the history of sports, I believe, that just happened. Luka Doncic has been traded to the Lakers for Anthony Davis. It sounds make-believe. This is a more stunning trade than if the Lakers announced they were trading Austin Reeves for me, Charles White. Swear to God, I could not wrote down this whole trade. Point is, though, this is a trade nobody saw coming, and nobody knew about it. Luka didn't know. Nobody knew. It's not like Luka was asking for a trade. They just did this behind closed doors in the shadows and hushed whispers. This news broke while I was doing a watch party for the World Championship to support our Apex team. And when people were talking about it a little bit, buzzing, I thought for sure they had just gone with the classic ball sack sports. I thought they had been sacked. This feels like a fake headline, and Luka to the Lakers has been a meme for probably close to 2 years now, because it's so outrageous, it's so silly as a concept that it has become a joke until it wasn't. Now Luka is officially a Laker and Anthony Davis is a Maverick. And I think by now a lot of you know this. I've played basketball for 10 years, still active, even though like a 5-month hiatus, but was still actively playing pickup games at least twice a week. And I've been keeping up with the NBA loosely. My team is the Heats. God bless. Lord have mercy. Point is, the reason I'm dropping my resume here, like I'm interviewing for a job or I'm posting on LinkedIn, is to let you all know that I understand just how big of a deal this fucking trade is, and just how weird and wacky it is. No exaggeration, even Baba Longo would have been powerless with this kind of prediction. There is nobody on the planet that would have expected this kind of trade. Because why would you trade Luka? He's 25 years old, the face of the Mavericks. He has put that team on his fucking back. He is a spring chicken in his prime. It's not like he's falling off and he's turning to dust before our eyes, like he's, not able to compete at the highest level. He is still a generational talent performing unbelievably well. And yet, they're just parting ways with him now instead of making him the franchise player that he is really. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know what's happening at the Dallas Mavericks HQ. Maybe Leonardo DiCaprio's in there. He had a say saying, Luka's getting a little old now, guys. He's 25. We got to kick him the fuck out. I don't really understand this decision. In the midst of all of this, people have pointed to a Mark Cuban tweet where he said, if I had to choose between my wife and keeping Luka on the Mavs, catch me in my lawyer's office prepping for a divorce. And then people scratching their head wondering why he's singing such a different song now. I bet there are few people on the planet more heartbroken by this trade than Mark Cuban. When he got this alert on his phone, he probably fell to his fucking knees, slamming his fist on the ground and covering himself in tears in the middle of the TJ Maxx. Because I guarantee he did not want this. But people don't remember that Mark Cuban is no longer the one that has like control to say so on the team. He sold the thing. So this was not a Mark Cuban decision. I don't think it was. This was a decision by someone who I think forgot they were in real life instead of a video game. This feels like something you do in like a management sim for a basketball squad where you just kind of fuck around and do some silly, outrageous shit. But yeah, I will say, I actually think Anthony Davis on the Mavericks is going to be pretty strong. I think the defense he brings to that team is going to be helpful. But get ready to call me crazy. I know Jack certainly did in this case. I don't see Luka being a great fit on the Lakers. As much as I like Luka, he is an offensive weapon of mass destruction. But on defense, he's sometimes a liability. I will say I think his defensive stinker reputation is a little overblown. You know, people talk about Luka's defense like it's better than the Spartan. And it's really not that bad. He's not the best defender, but I think he's fine. But I think the Lakers now losing Anthony Davis means something more than fine defensively. But we will see. The Dallas Maverick GM came forward and said that the reason they wanted Anthony Davis this badly to trade Luka is because defense wins championships, which is an age-old saying I'm sure you've heard millions upon millions of times, but at the end of the day, it is true. It is true. Though in this case, I don't necessarily believe that you're in a better position now to win championships were with Luka on your squad. The Mavericks were just in the finals. Like, yes, they didn't win, but they could have. Like, they were a team that was capable of winning it all, and I don't think trading your franchise superstar for a defensive boost is the best call, but like I can see where it's coming from. I do think Anthony Davis will fit in well with the Mavericks, but I don't know if that makes the team overall better than they were with Luka. I do, however, think the Lakers don't really get much better with Luka, and I stand by that until I'm proven wrong. And then once I'm proven wrong, I'll be like, you know what? I was wrong for the millionth fucking time. It happened. But that's just how I think it's going to go down. Now, since we're already talking about sports, might as well just empty the whole load here. Let's talk about the other Super Bowl. Chiefs, Eagles. The first time in my life I'm rooting for the Eagles. I was never a Chiefs hater. Even way back in the day when they had Priest Holmes as their running back, and that was like the best player they had. He was my fantasy football running back one year. I never disliked them. You wouldn't see me ripping my shirt off, twirling it over my head, going ballistic every time they won a game or anything like that. But I never disliked them. When Patrick Mahomes started to cook and they became this dominant force in the NFL, I still never disliked them until this year. Obviously, the Chiefs are unbelievably good, but what makes them such a fucking headache to watch and make it so hard to cheer for them is the officiating that surrounds this team. It feels less like you're watching a sport, more like you're watching a show, because the Chiefs get some of the most outrageous calls ever. And the Chiefs themselves know that, which is why now they play into it a bit, with Patrick Mahomes trying to flop to draw a penalty. There was Kelsey attempting a little pseudo flop as well to try and draw these penalties that are really just very pathetic. And they are always so impactful on the outcome of the game. Most recently with the Bills, where it was the worst spot ever, and not giving the Bills that first down. Also, calling a very clearly not completed catch from the Chiefs a completed pass. And before the Bills, what I think is the most egregious example of referee favoritism, and what I think is probably the referees being told that they should try and do a little something to help the Chiefs whenever they can, is that unnecessary roughness call a couple games back. I don't think I can play you the clips, but they are terrible calls. They're so bad that the commentators, the official commentators that are broadcasting this, are actively saying how much they disagree with it. So that unnecessary roughness call, they even said, come on, and verbatim, I couldn't say it. They are intentionally calls. But that is something that wouldn't even be called a flag football. Yet here, in the fucking playoffs, it's getting called an unnecessary roughness. And these are really important calls. Like, these calls, in a lot of cases, have decided games that usually the Chiefs end up winning from these fucking calls. So it's really frustrating. Even if you are the biggest Chiefs fan, you are kidding yourself if you try and say that they don't have a lot of questionable calls go their way. And I understand all teams will have that, but the Chiefs have so many of them at the most important moments of their game. It's not a coincidence. Like, I don't think it's scripted. I still fully don't think it's scripted, but I definitely think the referees are fucking corrupt. And I do think there is something there that says, hey, our Chiefs games pull huge viewership numbers. We want them to continue to advance because that's really good for our numbers. So do what you can to, maybe get us in that direction. Like, I do fully think that. Not to be like full conspiracy mode, but come on, there's no other explanation. They are awful calls. The commentators recognize they are awful calls, and they're not shy to say that too. Because people are just getting disgusted with it for obvious reasons. Now, if this was 19 the Bucks, like if this was, let's say all this was flipped on its head and the Bucks were getting these calls, yeah, I would be happy, but I wouldn't be trying to defend it either. Be like, yeah, they're playing favorites right now, and it's my fucking team on the receiving end. You'll love to see it. Like, I would acknowledge that, but for some reason there are so many Chiefs fans that are just denying the reality of this obviously dog shit officiating that always seems to go the Chiefs' way. And they'll deflect saying things like, there's all big conspiracy bunch of lies, morons. You also believe in flat Earth. It's like you all forgot. Week 4 of the regular season, the Chiefs were up by 3 touchdowns. The refs called this bogus pass interference on the Chiefs that led to the opposing team getting a field goal. So clearly, everyone's victims of bad officiating, including us, the Chiefs. Like, it's stupid. Like, anyone with eyes can watch a Chiefs game this playoff season in particular and see that these calls are beyond questionable. And they are going the Chiefs' way very, very often. How weird. So yeah, I'm pulling for the Eagles in the Super Bowl. I would hate to see the Chiefs win it. I really have become big-time Chiefs hater now. Sorry to say. I still think the team is absolutely amazing. I think they are probably one of the best teams the NFL has seen since, of course, the Tom Brady dynasty with the Patriots. But I hate watching their games. I can't stand it. You're not watching a sport, you're watching a fucking show when you're tuning into a Chiefs game. And I don't like that as much. So yeah, that's about it for the sports talk today. See ya.
Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. And today, man, I'm breaking tradition a little bit. I know that usually I don't really talk about sports or anything like that here on the channel. I kind of mostly keep it to the online stuff or like gaming or whatever. But something just happened so unprecedented, so insane, that I pretty much knew. I was like, man, this has to be a video. I have to talk about this because it's actually such a mind-blowing occasion that this even happened, right? That pretty much everybody's talking about it. I mean, every single athlete in the world, it seems like, or at least in America, has been tweeting about it or talking about it. I mean, everybody who is a Dallas Mavericks fan, I have to assume, is either on suicide watch right now or are gathering up pitchforks and torches ready to go to Mark Cuban. But yeah, Luka Doncic has been traded to the LA Lakers. Now, like I said, I don't typically talk about sports here on the channel, but the truth is, this is one of the probably most surprising moments in North American sports history. I mean, it's such an unprecedented trade. I'm actually like struggling to think of another trade that even compares in any way, right? So the Dallas Mavericks trade Luka Doncic to the Lakers for Anthony Davis. They get a first-round pick. The Jazz, I'm pretty sure, were the third team in this trade. Basically, that's the big news, right? So basically, Luka Doncic, who is one of the greatest international basketball players of all time, and he's only 25, is traded for a 31-year-old, frequently injured basketball player in Anthony Davis, right? And then on top of that, you get a first-round pick. Now, anyone who pays attention or even has a brain can realize the Mavericks could have gotten so much more out of this trade. I mean, don't get me wrong, Anthony Davis is good when he's on the court. He's not a terrible player or something. It's not like they got some fucking, guy out of a YMCA. But at the same time, he's not Luka Doncic. I mean, not only is Luka Doncic one of the best players in the NBA right now, and is one of the faces of his generation of basketball players, but he's an international phenom. The dude already had a legendary career before he even declared for the NBA draft. I don't think most people really recognize how good Luka Doncic actually is. Not only was he able to just come to the NBA and immediately make an impact, like I said, he's one of the best young players in the world right now. He was already the guy in Europe. He'd already been making moves in the European leagues, winning titles, getting MVP awards. It's just such a wild thing to witness happen because not only did nobody know about this beforehand, but the trade was so obviously lopsided. I have to actually wonder, are the people running the Dallas Mavericks fucking mentally destroyed? Are they fucking doing ketamine every day or something in the office? I mean, how do you fuck up this bad? Genuinely. I mean, this trade is so bad for the Mavericks that if you logged into NBA 2K right now and you tried to set this kind of trade up in the game, the CPU logic would just decline. You couldn't make this trade fucking happen if you wanted to in a video game. But somehow these billion-dollar organizations got this to happen. And the most absurd part is apparently the Mavericks are the ones who actually shipped Luka Doncic. Apparently they talked to multiple teams. At least one other team got an offer from them that was confident and they declined it. We don't know what team that was. But then they go to the Lakers yeah, we'll trade you Luka Doncic. I mean, I can't believe that anyone would decline that trade before the Lakers got the offer, honestly. I think probably any other team in the NBA could get Luka Doncic on their roster, and it would immediately drastically improve their championship odds. I mean, even with the LA Lakers, right? They were already in the playoff race. You know, they've got LeBron, they had AD. LeBron, even though he's in his 40s now and he's literally playing with his son, he's still out here dropping triple doubles and was fucking playing like he's 22 years old, right? And then now they had, like I said, one of the greatest international players that we've ever seen come to the NBA. The Lakers have already seen their championship odds, according to like betting and everything, go up. So, I mean, this is a pretty reinvigorating trade for the Lakers, right? Who, like I said, they were already in the race. They're a pretty decent team. Now they have Luka Doncic. I mean, it's just unbelievable how lucky of a franchise they really are. They get to experience, like, you know, Magic and all the old goats, right? Then coming into the 21st century, they get Kobe and Shaq. Then they get, after that, LeBron and AD. They bring a ring. And then now they're going to have LeBron and Luka. And then we'll have, I would assume, Luka long term. I mean, if you get Luka at 25, I would want to keep him until he's 35 if I'm a GM in the NBA. So that's just what really makes this so unprecedented, right? Like, Luka Doncic was the face of the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, there's even a day dedicated in the city of Dallas called Luka Doncic Day. That's your international star. He's the face of your franchise, supposedly for the whole future. And then he's traded away for an aging star who's injured and a first-round pick. I mean, realistically, if I would have thought, like, yeah, Luka Doncic is getting traded, I would have assumed, like, multiple first-round picks. One of the best players in the NBA's got to be involved, like, bar none. I would think, like, Giannis or, like, Jokic or Shai Gilgeous, someone like that, right? I would not have thought Anthony Davis. Now, that's not a slight on Anthony Davis. I just would have never seen that coming. The thing for me, though, like, I'm a Miami Heat fan. Obviously, if you pay attention to the NBA, our superstar, Jimmy Butler, he wants to have a team. It's been a bunch of problems between us and him. I'm sad we couldn't try to make something work. Obviously, there's no info that suggests that the Mavericks would have even been interested in a trade with Miami, but I don't care, man. If we had to throw all our picks at it, fucking give up Jimmy Butler, I assume some other assets, man, I would have done it. I would have been ready for it. I would have loved to have seen Luka in a Heat jersey. Obviously, that's not what happened, though. So, apparently, the reason that we know from people inside the NBA or whatever,
Oh, 85. Say less. I thought it was 84.
Was that Luka Doncic had hit 270 pounds, okay? And I guess the Mavericks were just like, yeah, this is intolerable. We can't have a 270-pound superstar future legend in his fucking prime. We can't have that on our team. And so they decided to ship him out because they were concerned about his conditioning and whatnot. Now, like I said, if you have eyeballs and have watched basketball ever in your life, right, I think you can already assume that Luka Doncic being 270 is almost the price worth paying. I mean, the guy is still just like at the top of the NBA. You know, he's one of the best players in the league, obviously in the world. I would have thought, you know, that wouldn't have been something you throw it all the way over. Now, granted, I guess they're the ones calling the shots, not me, but I don't think anybody could have ever seen this coming. I mean, even if you wanted to get rid of him, like you couldn't find a better deal, it just doesn't make sense, like what we've heard. Even if, like, you do have the conditioning concerns, I would have thought that, like I said on Twitter last night, I would have thought that if there was a news report that came out today, right, and it's like breaking news, Luka Doncic is a domestic terrorist, like, I would still imagine the Mavericks would be willing to keep him on a pay, right? Like, it seems like it's a price worth paying for somebody like that. But now we're about to see LeBron, who's like one of the all-time greats, pretty much like him and Jordan, greatest players of all time, right? He's about to have Luka added to his team, and I mean, like I said, they're still in contention already. It's going to be pretty insane. I mean, it's like a script almost, right? Now, that's something a lot of people are saying. They think that, like, the league fabricated this because, obviously, LeBron is the biggest star probably in NBA history at this point. Like I said,
Holy shit.
LeBron is obviously
the one more fucking player, bro.
He's still playing really well, but also, unfortunately, and so a lot of people suggest that they think that this trade went through because the NBA wanted to see one of the biggest international stars, like a future legend, like I said, get to play with, you know, the GOAT. It's like, it's a storybook ending, I guess. Would I be surprised, like, if the league let it go for that reason? Absolutely not. I mean, if you think about it, though, like, the league has stepped in permission. They've stepped in before Like, I remember they vetoed the trade to put, like, Chris Paul on the Lakers and whatnot back in the day. I mean, I feel like that trade probably would have been more fair in hindsight than putting this trade out. This trade was just so fucking insane. And then apparently now, like, Mavericks fans, like I said, obviously they're just fucking distraught because this was the face of their franchise. This was, like, the guy who was supposed to be the star of the future for them. And he's out the door. There's a whole, like, day in the city named after him. The entire team's identity was centered around Luka being on the team. But now that that's pretty much all out of the way, it's like, what is their plan? I mean, the fans of this organization, they obviously want answers. I mean, if I'm a Mavericks fan, I want some fucking answers on how the GM and everybody signed off on this going down. Because this was just like a terrible trade altogether. I mean, they didn't get anything worth the value. I get it. Anthony Davis, you know, like I said, is a good player. He'll probably do well when he's on the court, but he is old. He's getting older, and it's just a pretty big risk for them to take and ship your guy out the door like that, all to try and win now or whatever with the roster that they have. I think, ironically, though, it's going to hurt their chances long term to really like win a ring or do anything impressive. And then now, like the Lakers going forward, once LeBron retires and whatnot, they're not going to instantly enter a like rebuild zone or whatever if they can secure Luka long term and give him a good contract. Now you have like a certified guy who you can put another, you know, future star or whatever around. Like they're already a step ahead. Like I said, luckiest organization, man. They always just have a star playing for them. They always have like an X factor player. You got to think there's entire organizations out there that have never had like their own Kobe or whatever. They've never had somebody win like multiple rings or do anything impressive. And then the Lakers, they've always got like one or two of them ready to go at any time. I don't know, man. I thought it was pretty insane. Like I said, I usually don't talk about sports. I think the last time I did talk about sports was probably like when the Bengals went to the Super Bowl and lost or something like that. But literally just such ridiculous news that was unbelievable. I figured, like, fuck it, I'm going to make a video about it today. So if you're a Mavericks fan, I am so sorry that you have to go through this. I cannot imagine what it's going to be like. I mean, like I said, I'm sad that Jimmy Butler's probably leaving the Heat, barring any miracles or whatever. It sucks, but like he's not Luka. You know what I mean? Like we still have players with Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo. Given the Mavericks still have their own pool of talent too. But it's like, watching that guy. It's like the future of your franchise league. That's a shitty thing to go through. So man, I feel bad for him, but. Wow, what wild news. So anyway, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow them on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. Thank you to my Watch Optimus subscribers. Your support helps the channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, not trading Luka to the Lakers, and signing out.
What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in regards to the whole Hogan scene, I gotta be honest with you. I'm starting to believe that the community is beginning to lose their trust once again, and it hurts me to report this because, again, I followed Model 3 2023 for the whole high school, and Sledgehammer Games had put in a lot of work with that game, not necessarily when it comes to the foundation of Model 3, but when it comes to patching up the relationship between the community and also the developers. You know, we had a massive trust issue before Model 3 going into that game. It wasn't going to be an easy task to go ahead and win us back. But bit by bit, piece by piece, they actually did go ahead and get the community back to a really solid point. And I'll be really honest, it hurts. But all of that hard work has basically gone to waste because I, personally, from what I'm seeing, I think the community has lost all of their faith once again. And I don't know if we're ever going to be able to win it back. But ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are interested in more content just like this, don't forget to subscribe to that bell. It goes daily here at 8:20 Eastern Time. And of course, if you guys are interested in my live streams, I do stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch. And believe it or not, this upcoming Saturday is going to be the new Emoji Con stream where we're going to be playing Model 2019 up to Model 2023. So, I'm going to school for Vanguard, Model 2022. It's going to be a very, very interesting time to see how these games are holding up. So, of course, if you guys are interested, you want to hang out, by all means, find a link to my Twitch channel down in the description of this video. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, to go ahead and begin, I wanted to actually ask you guys a question. It's a little off topic from the main discussion here. But personally, I'm not shocked, but I've been having a really hard time getting into the credentials with Black Ops 6. And I want to know if it's just a me problem or if everybody else else is running into this issue as well. So I don't know if maybe it's my connection, maybe I need to personally do something, or if this is actually a legitimate issue that's going on across the board for both PC and console players. But for the love of God, I cannot find any lobbies. When I play solo, or even if I play with a stack of players, it takes like sometimes close to 5+ minutes to put me into any type of match. And the craziest part about this to me is that Season 2 just began. I mean, just a few days ago, basically, Season 2 began. And we have all this brand new content, brand new battle pass, brand new weapons, brand new maps. And I can't find anything. And believe it or not, I saw a post by Charlie Intel over on Twitter saying, Call of Duty on Steam peaked at only 84,431 players for Black Ops 6 Season 2 launch. In comparison, Modern Warfare 3 Season 2 launch peaked at 154,491 players. He then ends off this post by saying, for consoles, Call of Duty went back to #1 on PlayStation Store this week, which, that is some pretty good news, but it confuses me because it's like, only in Reddit can you disable crossplay with PC. So if you want to play with Xbox and PlayStation, you have to play with PC as well. So either people are opting into only playing with their own specific consoles, which is highly unlikely because, again, people have already tested this, and your queue times are ridiculously long if you do turn crossplay off and only play with your own individual consoles. Or the player count is indeed actually dwindling a bit here. I mean, my God.
Yo, bro, can I fucking go to the
that a name like Black Ops 6, again, it was never advertised as DLC. Modern Warfare 3 kind of was behind the scenes from the leaks and the rumors. That's what turned a lot of people away from that game. You're telling me a name like Black Ops 6 put together by one of everybody's favorite team, even though it's struggling a bit here, but everybody loves and knows the name Treyarch, right? You're telling me that during their second season, they can only pull in 84,000 people compared to Modern Warfare 3, like I said, that everybody thought was DLC and it turned a lot of people away, but that was able to maintain 154,000 people. Again, I'm not talking about everybody because Charlie Intel did say in this post that PlayStation is rocking right now when it comes to people playing Call of Duty. But it's kind of wild to see the Steam charts drop so significantly from game to game like this. And I mean, it kind of shows because, PC is running into a lot of issues, like I said in the previous video where I was black screening all the time after Season 2. Season 2 was introduced a crap ton of bugs, and, maybe it is an issue. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and end off that topic right there. Again, just go down in the comment section and let me know if you guys are running into queue times, are long, short. I just want to know what the general experience is. But I'm going to actually use this moment to transition into the main topic, which, once again, is the trust issues. Like I just said, there's been a ton of problems going on within Season 2 for Black Ops 6, and nothing is being acknowledged whatsoever. And when these things stack and stack and stack, it becomes a problem with the community, to the point where they won't trust or believe anything that you say. I mean, even look back to the previous problem, the blood splatters, which they claimed was the main problem, when actually it was the netcode of the game. I have been looking at each and every list of patch notes ever since that problem was ever brought to light, and they mentioned it on Twitter. And it was fixed. I want to state this. It was indeed fixed. I have been refusing to acknowledge that it's fixed until the developers come out and acknowledge that they have done something to the blood splatters, which then will have to go a bit deeper if it wasn't the blood splatters. And that's why they're not bringing it up to us, right? Because they know if they bring light to this situation, we're going to say, well, that's not it. It's this. And they're going to have to do more work, which I'm assuming they don't want to do because this is a yearly cycle. They shop the game, they do a few things, and then they let it die and prep up for the next game, which honestly absolutely sucks. But again, I've been tracking it, and I've been waiting to see if they would acknowledge this issue. Not a single time, ladies and gentlemen. And again, these things add up, and it causes problems with the relationships between the developers and also the devs. But it goes much further than just these things as well, guys. The Black Ops 6 official Reddit is a disaster right now. And honestly, freedom of speech over on this page is irrelevant, and once again, it's causing problems with the community. Nobody can say what they want to say.
And a warm welcome on what is an ideal opportunity. I'm Derek Ray, sitting next to me with his tactics charts at the ready.
Holy shit, what the fuck?
Here on tenterhooks,
What
you have to
the
say with good
fuck?
reason. X6 versus the young boys. Well, this should be
Yo!
interesting today. I like the makeup of both teams. They really do have a good balance of attacking and defensive qualities. But the team that has the
How the
greatest
fuck do you have OPS?
Some of the fans are screaming.
Oh,
Is that save fully stretched he was. One for his own highlights reel.
Why even have a traditional?
Into the box.
Oh,
Got
Jesus.
to clatter us away.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
Tackling of the highest order. And here's the starting lineup for City. Gianluigi Buffon stands between the posts. Yaya Toure plays with Moussa Sissoko in central midfield. And the idea is to have just the one striker up there, trying to cause problems for the opposition.
This one is paired perfectly with your favorite veggies.
Genuine chance.
Bruh, what? Nah.
They have 3 grams of fiber per serving and no added sugars or preservatives. HB
This
Dyansty.
motherfucker came out with like OPST. Like, what in the world?
And Hannah seemed so perfect. What people didn't know was she was screaming for help.
Oh my god, I'm fucking retarded. Oh my god, bruh. I'm slow. I already set myself up with that.
You put together a little post saying you updated your anti-cheat question mark, showing someone blatantly cheating with an
Hear this fucking squad, bro.
weapons. Taken down by the moderators. I don't know why. Who knows why they would take down a post where someone is literally blatantly cheating? It's not an if moment. It's not a but, and even if it was an if moment, why would they have the right to short it? You know, at the end of the day, some say, okay, oh, you're so stupid, you're dumbass, you know, this guy's cheating. So and so forth. That's the internet, right? But why are the moderators removing and stripping things are legitimate information? And it's not just with this post either. You guys remember my previous post when I was going ahead and discussing that one person was trying to figure out what you can say, what you can't say? It was just a simple post on Reddit saying that they got chat banned and they're just in awe. And all they want to know is what they can say, what they can't say within the Call of Duty experience, removed by the moderators. It was actually another post as well. And the person who put up this post actually commented in the comment section of our videos here on this channel. And even stated it as well, but I saw a post a little while ago where someone went through and, you know, kind of tallied up all of the cosmetics in the game. I can't remember if it was price or just how many cosmetics were, you know, already introduced within the month and a half of the game being out. Regardless, it was pretty wild. Got stripped by the moderation team as well, completely removed from the platform, so nobody else can interact with it and probably see it. Like I said, the only reason I showcased one of them is because if you have to, you know, bring it to your, if you don't send this to yourself, you will not be able to find this post. Maybe the person who put together this post can still access it, but if you were to go on the Reddit page or the Reddit board and try to scroll and find it again, it's not happening. The only way you will ever be able to see that the moderators remove this post is if you send it to yourself, like I do. I always send these things to my DMs over on Twitter so I can go ahead and discuss it at a later date. And that's the only way you would ever be able to witness this stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Me personally, I think they're trying to hide up something. And same thing when it comes to anti-cheat updates here. Everybody's been saying they've given up. They can't fix it. That's why they went ahead and for Right to Play, they introduced, you know, new crossplay to keep PC players away. Because in reality, they don't know what they're doing. I was still hopeful. I was indeed hopeful that the Season 2 update could indeed fix the anti-cheat problem a little bit. No, I mean, it's shutting off our PCs, nothing's working properly, and cheaters are still running rampant. Which, once again, further confirms that all the other content creators who are saying that it's just, you know, they're full of baloney right now, they don't mean what they say, they're not planning on fixing the anti-cheat. I'm starting to believe them more and more as days go on, especially now that they're really taking down everything involved in cheaters on the Reddit board. We can't voice our opinions, our problems with the game to try to, you know, get this stuff fixed when they are openly lying about it to our faces. If they were open and actually talked to us, I would be all in their defense. I would be telling people to stop this, stop spamming them. There's no point in putting this up. It's useless. They've already addressed it. They know it's wrong. But the problem is they don't take those L's. They don't. All they do is claim they're going about fixes, and they never come. And when they never come, they don't address it. They don't tell us what happened. They don't tell us what the future plans are. Once again, they brush it under under the rug. They tried to make everybody ignore it so they can get as many people who are still playing the game to purchase as many cosmetics in the game as possible. You know, they don't care about the players who are playing, who want to continue playing, want to see it improve so they can play it now. We're pointless, right? They just care about the individuals who are willing to cough up hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in their store, and they don't want to see everybody who wants to see the game succeed ranting about what's going on right now and how they're ignoring it. They just want people to spend as much money on each things and then move on to the next game. You know?
Okay,
Move on to the next game, spend all the money on cosmetics, snipping graduation stuff, and then move on to the next game. And the con cycle repeats. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I don't know about you guys, but this, to me personally, is disgusting behavior, and I hope it changes sometime in the future, but I highly doubt it. I feel like the performances are going to start getting stripped off this platform, and it's only a matter of time. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, hate it, and dislike. Don't forget to subscribe to that bell for this daily here at 8:20 Eastern Time. And of course, if you guys are interested in any of my live streams, I stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch, starting between 12 and 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, you guys can find a link to that channel down in the description of this video. As always, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.
Hello guys, what are you doing? Winter transfer window visit B. I'm gonna take a look at the weirdest worldwide football transfer that happened every day of January. And there's been some freaky ones. Right, let's go. First, Anthony Lopez the Knox. I'm well aware I'm not the only person on planet Earth who finds it one weird. You might think that former Portugal international goalkeeper Anthony Lopez swapping French clubs is about
how's that shit on big?
I've been at Leon since 2000. He was a Leon player back when The Simpsons was still good. Instead of nowadays where half the voice actors sound like they're recording each episode with a box of shreddies in their mouth. This man was Hugo Lloris's replacement when that future world champ quit for Spurs, and he went on to have nearly 500 games for the club. They're still now joined nuts. I don't know, it looks a bit like David Beckham were to go to long-term white, and now Shaq up with Kermit the Frog. I have been so confused by a nut's moves. Well, that's the one they choose. Second, keep the Orban Hoppenheim. This transfer is a bit depressing, because remember the stupid levels of hype surrounding Gift Orban 2 years ago? After smashing 20 goals in 22 games for Belgian side Kent, I mean, every 3 goal company country, it's like 3 minutes and 25 seconds. The fastest ever treble scored in a UEFA competition. The Nigerian striker looked like the trophy when he joined Leon a year ago. After Spurs were heavily speaking about, people were expecting this guy to become an absolute monster. Nah, he scored 3 league goals. Hoffenheim for less than 10 million quid. I know he's still enough for the Bundesliga, but still, it's a bit weird. Third, Ben Godfrey to Ipswich Town. This was probably the most low-key transfer of the month. There was absolutely no fuss made about this one, so when Ben Godfrey actually scored his way onto the pitch to face Man City 2 weeks ago, you were probably all very confused. Wasn't he supposed to be in Italy? It's like Ipswich were embarrassed beside the centre back. It's been like they probably just wanted to do like you rented Legally Blonde last night, or that you ate dog food off your toothbrush. But yeah, after completely ignoring
Fuck, don't have no Ken with Neymar, bro.
to go to Ipswich instead. And
About to take Neymar out, bro.
Out of every transfer in this list, this is the one nobody on earth would have predicted at Christmas. Absolutely not. Spurs have a goalkeeping crisis. To such an extent, they have to get Brandon Austin from an interview after 17 years at the club. Really? He's actually given the man of the match award against Newcastle, and yet still, Paul McCarthy has made up his mind that this goalkeeper is less trustworthy than party's wife, and so he's gone to the market for over 12.5 million pounds. Slavic Prague's 21-year-old goalie Anthony Kinsey. I mean, look, this is weird, but I wanted it to be weirder. Like when Newcastle had a goalkeeping crisis, and so 2 years ago, club trade mega weirdo like Loris Karius after he turned down by Ben Foster. Yes, the YouTuber Ben Foster. That was proper weird. So this, I'd like to see Spurs drop up an emergency loan deal for, I don't know, the return of Loris. That'll be fun. Marcelo Pitaluga to Fluminense. Okay, this one isn't actually weird at all. What's weird about this deal is that it's not weird. I don't know about you, but I was flying a Liverpool goalkeeper Marcelo Pitaluga's career so refreshingly odd. It was like looking at a Black Mirror episode. Looking at his Wikipedia page was like watching a Tim Burton film, because this 22-year-old was marketed as being like Alison Rice. He joined Liverpool from Fluminense in 2020, was supposed to be under class. And then we saw this former Brazil under-17 international getting loaded out to make for a Mackless Ireland, and most recently, Livingston in Scotland. By the way, you couldn't get into the teams in Ireland or Scotland. And so, yeah, Liverpool have seen enough. Just sent back to Fluminense for free, which is kind of sad, because I wanted to see another freaky loan from a guy. Like, what is weird with seeing a free goalie and saying, pass? I want to see Liverpool loan out to, I don't know, a team of England to the North Pole. But now it's boring. Back to Brazil. 6, Isaac Hayden to Portsmouth. Newcastle have loaned out Isaac Hayden again. Can nobody get a fire for this guy? 7, Luis Felipe to Marseille. I don't know. That weird. Nothing much happened the first week in January, as you can tell. So yeah, I guess 27-year-old Italy international centre back Luis Felipe joined Marseille for free after 2 years at money back Al Ittihad. We're seeing a lot of people that think this one. Just like how the Chinese bubble burst. Are people giving up in Saudi already? 8, Bryce Samba to Rennes. Okay, it's not that weird, but remember the French goalie Bryce Samba ditched the Nottingham Forest project and the promotion to go running back to France, and he since got into the France squad. So the moves worked out well for him. But here he is switching from Lens to Rennes. I wonder if he knows the problem upon him and cells. Hunting now European football with Nottingham Forest, and just feel a little bit jealous. But don't worry, Bryce, Forest not getting Europe. 9, Sebastian Haller to Utrecht. I know Sebastian Haller has had big problems, okay? But I don't know. When you get West Ham, he wants 41 games for Ajax, almost winning the Champions League Golden Boot. So to now see him have a 0-goal loan spell at Magallanes in Spain, and now he's at Utrecht on loan. He was better than this. 10th minute Vinning to Napoli. Filippini plays for Napoli. Filippini actually plays for Napoli. Doesn't his chances go away? Antonio Conte absolutely born to borrow this cherry bench warmer. He's not as weird as that time he bought Danny Drinkwater for Chelsea, maybe £40 million. Conte is an amazing coach. Wow, he sure doesn't have 5 weirds. He's like that type of unaged creature lurking around Tesco's with a trolley full of toys, gone off bananas and cat food, even though you know he doesn't have a cat. Trying to win Napoli the Serie A league title with a potential appeal between Tommy Drilling and Billy Gilmore. So confused by this. 11, Maxime Cacaret to Como. The pull-up says Fabregas. It's freakishly huge. I know Leon need to get money through the door and have to sell, but still, Maxime Cacaret with this generation's fork, a hope of top plus of the coming megastar.
Oh, come on, man.
It's strange. Como playing a 13,000-seater stadium. But hey, they've got the richest owners in Italian football. Here we got Rui as a share of the club. We've got Fabregas at the wheel. This is a proper Hollywood club. So I don't know. This will be like in 2 years' time seeing Wrexham buying James McAtee of Arion Ibrahimovic to Lazio. Okay, nothing really weird happened on the 12th, because Lazio taking 5 minutes 19-year-old winger on loan is nothing strange, really. No, I'm just putting this one on here, though.
And good evening on what is a perfect night for football. The floodlights shining down on the players as we speak. I'm Derek Ray, getting ready to bring you all the action, accompanied by my broadcasting partner, Stuart Robson. And with kick-off just moments away, we really should be in for a magnificent occasion. Stuart, your expectations?
Well, Derek, we can talk about coaches and their methods, but it's now down to the players. Which ones are going to stand out, who will affect the game, and who will have the greater desire?
An early boost for them, the first goal of the
Oh my god, this motherfucking dude. Look, we're doing goal to goal, bro.
Now joined Big Boy Valencia on loan. Valencia, who are bottom of the league and who just robbed the manager from West Brom. On paper, he's really a European giant because they were in the Champions League final the year he was born. But in reality, he's also walking into a terrible team. This must feel so strange to him. It's like a young woman finally getting to marry Brad Pitt, but he's now 97 and looks like your pumpkin from last Halloween. 14, James Rodriguez to Leon. I always find it strange to see James Rodriguez on the move because, well, this former Colombia rock star has turned into an unashamed journeyman. This former 70 million Galactic is now into his 12th club of his professional career and his 6th since quitting Real Madrid for good 5 years ago. Ever since he left the Vertigo, he's looked like a sad, lost little puppy. It's like that desperate friend of your mum's who's had 7 boyfriends and locked down alone. After 6 games at Real Madrid, he's given up on that Spanish return, terminated his contract after just 4 months, and is now in Mexico with Leon. Oh no, I'm sure I'll be on the move again in the summer. Such a journeyman. He started to Kevin Prince Boateng so fast. I didn't have time to notice. 15 Gene Village in Ipswich Town. Yeah, this deal was about to be done last summer. Only for Aston Villa to run in like a jealous ex and bring back their former player from Hull, pitching him under the nose of Ipswich. 6 months later.
later, and they sold him themselves to Ipswich for 50 mil. It all seems like such a waste of time. 16th Kvicha club shot to PSG. Look, I shouldn't be surprised because Kvicha Kosha is swapping Napoli for PSG mid-season, quadrupling his wages. He's now on a ludicrous £370,000 a week, so this £50 transfer shouldn't look that weak. But I don't know, if George had not waited until the summer, wouldn't another Syria type with Napoli mean more than the meaningless league on level? He's going to get as many Napoli from 10th to 1st. That's like some Maradona move. So, honestly, winning that medal on PSG instead is going to be about as exciting as eating a spoonful of strawberry jam. Just, I think leaving Napoli midway through this dream season is a little weird. I mean, like a Trent Alexander-Arnold we go to Real Madrid now. Just wait.
Well, just the sort of weather the fans were hoping for this evening. It's absolutely ideal. I'm Derek Ray, and sitting alongside me, ready to provide all the technical and tactical analysis, is Stuart Robson. And every reason to believe we're in for an entertaining match here. It's the young boys, and they take on... I am mightily impressed and a little relieved by his transfer move. The Bulldogs.
Well, the atmosphere is building nicely here, and we've got two teams who like to play good football. Let's hope we get a good game here. It should be.
Can they convert? Just couldn't get it through. Time for the change now. And over it comes. Stop to turn the ball away. Decides to shoot. Full credit. Wonderful stop. Still be able to do a bit of damage. In the opinion of the referee, that is a penalty. This to make it 1-0.
Balance, no costs, everything you've invested over time will change your financial future. This is your time to be a Vanguard investor.
Holy shit, this dude better fucking leave, bruh. Ball's going to go. It's going to go. Oh my god. Bro, just leave, bruh. Raf. Oh my god, bro, this dude.
And the Bulldogs get the ball moving again. How will they react to this setback? We shall see. A special occasion merits a special mention. 200 appearances for the club as of today.
Oh, can he finish it here, Derek?
Goalkeeper dealt with it. Short corner taken. Foul there. Free kick awarded. Nice switch of play. Impeccable vision from Lampard. Oh no! Couldn't beat the goalkeeper. Distributing it well. Well, no problems defensively. And young boys pushing forward with options available. But nothing comes of it. Vieira. And playing it through. Oh, so close to opening up the defence. Excellent ball over the top. And there it breaks down, but credit to the defence. And passing it through. Well, the bar can be the goalkeeper's best friend.
Well, they were so close to the equaliser there. They're certainly a bit unlucky, but they need to make more.
Oh, wait a minute. They could be in here. And they've done it to square the game once again. Exhilarating. So back underway. They've levelled it at 1-1 here. Smalling. Here's Chilwell. Kieran Dewsbury Hall. He read the situation defensively and did his job. Gareth Bale. Will he find the net? And there it is! 2 goals in a matter of minutes. Incredible! We're back underway as we reflect on the goal that's made it 2-1. Walker. He's given us away. And he read it well, intercepting it. And good use of advantage, the referee allowing play to continue. And the Bulldogs moving the ball forward. What can they do from here? And the goalkeeper expertly anticipated that through ball. It's a fierce effort. And striking it on the volley, just no luck.
Well, good technique, but just wide of the target.
Chilwell. On to Dewsbury Hall. Well, that's how to keep the opposition at bay. Will it happen for them? Oh, what an opportunity. And just like that, the break has stopped. Really top quality defending. Good looking move. And nicely parried away. Lampard. Textbook defending inside the box. Well, that's common sense refereeing to play advantage. Half-time break fast approaching with the young boys trailing. What have you made of their football?
Well, they're certainly not out of this. They've created some good chances and look threatening. But they need to be better defensively in the second half. They just can't afford to concede again.
Still trying to make something happen. Well, tremendous work from the keeper to avert the danger. Al-Owaiban. Bale. And good work from the young boys to win the ball back. Must be a good hit, close shave. Nico Williams. And nothing comes of this attack. And since they have the ball, the referee playing advantage here. Now, options are plenty. Well, that's how to play a through ball. Frank Lampard. And the flag has gone up. Just when he looked ready to pounce, perhaps.
Well, he was just too static in the end, which is a shame because that was a...
Can he take the chance? And that's an excellent piece of defending to thwart him. And with that, the first half draws to a close.
Okay, one more. I just got it online because we saw this pop.
And back underway with young boys hoping to find a route back into the match.
Can't like arrange. You get a black card. Singing lesson that everyone's going to take. We'll have a beer.
And what can the young boys do from this position?
Mom, I think that this is the new me, honey. Ready to respond? Get a real offer then.
Well, the referee allowing the play to flow.
God damn, bro.
And the Bulldogs come away.
Raz, dead ass.
It is Sunday. Arsenal just absolutely
Theo Hernandez.
at Manchester City, which makes me very
Bale.
because anyway,
Shot attempted. And the attack coming to nothing.
Malarkey. We're here for a video game, so we're going to see what the
Aurelien
end
Tchouameni.
gives us today for our enjoyment in this game. I just take a moment break first
Fruitful
to
look
say,
at attack.
if Miles Lewis-Skelly does not get a future star start, I will be devastated. Like, he's been so brilliant
High
for us.
quality defending.
Every game he's played this season. Another goal today.
Lampard. Real chance.
He
What a
deserves it.
magical save it was.
We've got even
And over it comes. Not all that convincing defensively. The supporters want to see how it goes. What a block! So the young boys down by 1 and looking for a genuine chance. Oh, he's done it! Can you believe what we just seen? Level again here. Both sets of fans being put through something of an emotional mangle. Oh, this looks useful. Very quick thinking there.
I think I'm going to start saying the team of it's easy. If you want to use the best players in NC25, there's only one sure way to get. Use that Vital Club gives some of the best prices around.
Can they hit on the break?
It's fast, safe,
and so many possibilities, but it didn't happen for them. Oh, great attacking play. Well, there was impending danger, but good defending.
Start stacking up, build up nice big Arsenal.
Rafael Leao. Able to skip past his man. Take it away. And teammates around him.
Nothing in the rest of them either. Do we have any action today? I'd like to focus though. We've got versatile.
Bale. He read the situation defensively and did his job. Kieran Dewsbury Hall. Now can they counter clinically? Well, they seem to be onto something positive, but it faded away.
One shooting, 5 defending, 6 physical, then passing, 5 defending, 7 physical, 2 stopping, 3 step. 5 more pace, 5 more shooting, 5 more dribbling, pick, pass, plus, and classic, and plus, plus.
Frank Lampard.
6 pace, 7 shooting, 5 dribbling, 2 stars, playmaker, plus, plus, press, plus.
Kieran Dewsbury Hall. Effort from long distance. And the keeper more than equal to it.
That's a nice great. Star 5 story. That's
on the ball, Rafael Leao. And in with a real chance. And you cannot argue with a hat-trick. Simply unstoppable today.
The thing I don't like about this game is the stat limits. This is going to be one where it's like, if you've got a chain maybe it'll be a good one. If you've got
underway again, and they're being treated to plenty of goals. 3-2 at the moment.
It takes a lot up to 90 rating, but it doesn't really do much more. So I have to have a look at that.
A very timely interception.
Yeah, I'll go on to the practice afterwards, guys. We'll have a look at what we do. So what's SBC's now mini release today as well, guys. Let's have a look
on the ball, Rafael Leao. But he's certainly not alone.
That's it. Just
made sure nothing came of that. Just can't get it past them.
He's basically a sub-rotation player now. I know he's like 33 or whatever. He's still absolutely one of the best players.
Gareth Bale.
And he gets drops.
On the ball, Rafael Leao. But a struggle for the Bulldogs to keep the ball. Trying to open up the defence. He's managed to get in behind. And brave goalkeeping to deal with the danger.
Well, he had to get that right, didn't he? That's good goalkeeping.
Well, young boys did well to regain control of the ball. It might be on for them.
Country or region so you can just do one nation, or just triple
the ball with Chiesa. Really good challenge.
Well, the fans are driving their team on here, but can they respond with a
they
goal?
could put it away, Stuart. Well, it looked as though he might be through. Not so. Fine ball from Antoine Griezmann. Pivotal moment defensively. Well, after after that, a goal kick it'll be. And time for the change now. And well positioned to clear. Well, with 5 minutes remaining and just one goal between them, still the prospect of late excitement in this match. Using all his defensive acumen to cut it out. Promising looking attack this from Bulldogs, but nothing comes of it. Good defending it was. Well, no time to waste. Can they find an equaliser? Griezmann. Taking awarded then by the referee. Well, just 1 minute of time added on for stoppages here.